What's the proudest thing you did or made in university, Joey?
Fucking nothing, dude.
Nothing, bro.
Do you have anything good to share for university?
Actually, I do. You guys just saw it.
Oh,
The fucking website.
You made that website?
I made that website in high school, but then I perfected it.
Wait, isn't
in
it with
university.
WordPress?
Yeah, but I did all the hard coding.
What?
I hard coded that website. Even though WordPress lets you like soft code and just like place shit, I hard coded that website.
Yeah. I mean, coding.
And look at it.
No, that's cool.
Yeah,
Did you choose the banners?
I did choose the banners, yeah. I think I remember how I chose these banners. I typed in anime and then the dimensions, and then I just picked the first one.
Fuck yeah.
I mean, coding is just Lego with words.
It is. I don't know. What's the proudest thing I made? In my last year, we had this like robotic arm that we had at the university, and we had to make a program that could make the robotic arm do different stuff. And so my group made a custom. It was a cocktail making robot. So basically, the robot,
awesome.
The robot had an arm, right?
Bro, what the fuck? I'm here sitting here, cardboard and LEDs. And
No.
What the fuck university did you go to?
But here's the thing: it didn't fucking work.
Well, you had a robot arm.
You had a robot
We
arm.
had a robot arm on campus.
Just imagine if it did work.
Yeah, if it worked, it would have been
memory shit, man.
It would have been
Core
core
memory
memory
shit.
as fuck.
Bro, I remember I asked for
but
like
the only thing he could do was pour a beer.
How is that an L?
This is a win.
No, because we literally like it was a mixture between like it was like we had like two guys who were like in who were majoring in programming, and then I was majoring in like UX design. So basically, I had to make the UX for this app where like it was the scenario of you went up to a bar and there's a robot on there.
Yeah.
You had to make an app. And like create it so that like if you came up to the thing and you press a couple of buttons being like I want to make this with this strength and blah blah blah, and then you press
could have
it.
been the Zuckerberg of jacking off.
Yeah.
I could have, but then you type in like, okay, I want a gin and tonic. Give me a double shot with no ice or yes ice, and you press all of these, and then it would send the program to the robot, and the robot would grab each of the bottles and make
you
it
just
for you.
Experienced life. This is professional projects in a nutshell. Person A has an idea. He gets the budgets, and then you realize you have to scale down on what your original specifications were meant to be, and then you get the final project. You get the final product, and you're like, well, this isn't what I envisioned. But it can still pour a beer.
Yeah.
I get that it's like a cool proof of concept, but if I went to a bar and my bartender was a robot, I think I'd just become sober.
Yeah, right.
I just don't like. For me, the bartender is part of the drinking experience.
Totally.
The guy maybe.
It depends on the bar. You go to a Weatherspoons and sometimes you're like, I've waited 15 fucking minutes to get a drink. Please just have a fucking robot dispense my drink, please.
It's part of the personality. It's part of the flavor of the drink.
Waiting 20 minutes is not part of the personality.
It might be cool the first couple of times you experience it, being like, "Oh, the fucking robot made this drink for me." But then after a while, you're just like,
There is a gap
man.
for it, is what I'm saying. There are some places where you just need to get a drink as fast and efficiently as possible. And Weatherspoons on a fucking Saturday night is one of those days.
I still want my pipe poured by a 50-year-old man who has slightly racist beliefs and loves football too much. He just does it right.
That's true.
This is like city boy versus country boy.
Yeah, right. I'm like, I want the core robotics.
I've waited been to too many bars.
You're misunderstanding the whole point of alcohol, Gaunt, which is socializing.
I want to socialize with my friends.
No. Even having that slight awkward interaction with the bartender, or maybe you have a great connection with the bartender.
Yeah.
Some
it's
bars,
all part of the
some
experience.
bar, okay, if it's like an intimate bar, yes, I agree. Then
no, even when it's a busy bar, I love getting the guy's attention.
No,
I'll have don't ever do that. By the way, don't ever do that. I want to. Don't ever do that. You will literally get killed in the British pub. I think you would actually get thrown out. If you did that in the British pub. I think he actually
because your interaction boils down to you want fucking 10 Jaeger bombs, and then you take and then you take half an hour of everyone else's time.
I need that man of like.
I've been on the other side of that, and I want to kill myself.
Yeah, but that's what I seek. I need to when I do a ridiculous order. I want the person to reflect that with.
That makes me feel bad.
No, that's part of the experience.
I want to just cold-bloodedly press 10 Jaeger bombs on a fucking app, and the robot just does
When I
it.
order like 15 drinks, I don't want someone to go, no problem. I want someone to go, oh, 15 drinks. Okay, wow.
Look, Connor.
I need to be affirmed that this is an insane amount of drinks, and that me and my boys are going hard tonight.
Connor, when I go to Weatherspoons, I'm not looking for fucking ambiance or a fucking connection with the bartender.
You don't understand that the Weatherspoons, the bald man at that bar is bringing you ambiance.
I am going there for the specific reason to get drunk as fast as I can, as cheap as I can.
What next? You want all the people in the bar to replace with robots because they're not interacting, they're talking too loudly or something?
Japan's already there in some places.
I'm gonna go piss. You guys keep talking about this.
But yeah, no, I agree.
So how far did you get with it? So you poured a beer?
So
you weren't proud of that shit?
No, because everybody else has worked perfectly. And our team, and it was so annoying as well because like I'm not gonna blame the programmers. Because I was just on the UX and UI side of things, right? I made a bomb ass UI. I made fucking Atlas proud with my UI, right? Like it was a bomb ass UI,
right.
Looked great, functioned perfectly, and then something on the day we tested it for like weeks. We fucking debugged that shit for weeks before the day, and we were like, all right, seems to work. It's great. On the day we had to present it, the robot was just like, nah, bro.
Bro, you had a fucking Cyberpunk 2077.
No, legit. Like, I would be like, watch this robot make a gin and tonic double shot. Boop, 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 boop. Why is it not doing anything?
Also, this is the most Aussie fucking idea I've ever heard in my life. You have a fucking robot arm that can do anything.
No, here's the cruelest thing. Because it was the final project for our final year, they decided, hey, you know what would be the best place to showcase all of these projects for this robotic arm?
Yeah.
At the final day before graduation when everybody is partying in the campus.
Right.
So not only was it like our curricula or like our faculty that was partying, with this like robot that can serve alcohol.
Yeah.
But it was also the rest of the entire university that came to like check out this robot. And then I have to fucking stand there and be like, yeah, so my robot can only pour a beer.
Bro, that sounds fucking amazing.
It wasn't. I hated it. I left early, I'm pretty sure, because I'm like, this is too much of a shame to show to people. Because like all these other ones were like fucking shaking the thing and everything like that. And I'm just like, mine can pour a beer.
Your university's way too rich if they have that many robot arms.
Well, Sydney University, bro.
Okay.
All right.
We had that money.
I saw what Sydney said at the other restaurant. I don't know if she should be running a university.
That's true.
I turned up to my graduation in a university and I bought the suit at Primark the day before. And I didn't realize I needed like a tie or anything. So I just kind of rocked up in like a blazer and a shirt.
Wait, you guys wore suits to your graduation?
Yeah. Yeah.
We borrow like the garbs and the hat.
We don't do that.
Oh, no.
At least something in my universities. And I remember I was like the least dressed person. My parents were so embarrassed.
Yeah.
They were like, why is Connor? He doesn't even have a fucking tie. What is he doing? What the fuck?
Look, motherfucker looking like a waiter.
Gave me my degree. I was like, fucking cheers, mate. See you later.
Motherfucker looking like a waiter at Olive Garden.
Basically, yeah. I literally looked like a waiter. Like I turned out, I was like, oh, thanks, man. Thanks for the degree. Yeah,
I got to do like the hat throwing thing.
Oh, we didn't do that.
Oh, we didn't do that.
That was great.
We don't subscribe to this American propaganda. All right.
Yeah.
I mean, I enjoyed it.
Well, you should not.
You know what? That was a core memory for me. The hat throwing, I was like, I've seen this in so many movies.
This is very. I don't know if you felt this way, but I felt this very morbid kind of morbidness at the end of your graduation ceremony, where you kind of you talk to everyone afterwards, and you kind of like, I'm not going to see half you, well, more than half. Like, I'm not going to see 95% of you people ever again.
Yeah.
And some of you were so
never did.
And some of you were so, influential at one point or another in my life.
Yeah.
And I'm never going to see you guys again.
I think right now I only like regularly hang out with maybe 3 of my mates from university.
I don't hang out with any.
Yeah,
really?
I realized it was like 2 for a while, and as I've not gone back
to
the UK for a while, it's kind of become 0.
Yeah.
Because I didn't, I'm not the kind of person, I don't really like small talk texting. I think it's kind of just not fun.
Oh, no, I don't small talk text my uni friends.
But I reckon if I hit them up and I went back, it'd be a great time.
Oh, yeah. No, every time I go back to Australia, there's like 1 or 2 people I always hang out with.
One of my uni mates who, when I last saw him, he was gonna take over his girlfriend's company. And then 3 years later, he messages me and he's like one of the biggest shareholders on one of the biggest esports companies in the UK.
Oh shit.
And he's like giving me ad deals and stuff. and we met up in LA. It was so surreal.
That's badass.
So I was like, what the fuck? Like, how did this happen? But he's always cool.
It's like you didn't even like games growing up.
Yeah.
No, he loved games and he loved esports. But I remember that like he was like, yeah, I'm gonna go take over my girlfriend's company.
Right.
And then he went on to not do that. And I saw him 3 years later in fucking LA.
Yeah.
And he's like the head of this fucking company. And I'm
Hell
like, what
yeah.
the fuck happened?
The glow
How did
up.
you do that fast? It's very impressive.
Have you ever gone down your like Facebook feed just to see what anyone who like in your high school or shit was doing?
Everyone's doing like really normal stuff.
Yeah, they're either all married or they're all with kids or they just have like a normal
wish someone
job.
became like a Willy Wonka or something. So I kind of have some.
The craziest one for me is one of my high school friends. Actually, I've known him since primary school. Japanese guy became the youngest wine sommelier in history.
Oh, you keep telling me about this
shit,
dude.
yeah.
Toru Takamatsu. He was, which is really weird because he never drank.
Yeah.
Like up until we graduated, like he wasn't
Refining the tongue.
Yeah,
Not allowing it to be spoiled or
guess.
sullied by poor
because
alcohol.
because he was like really into coffee during high school. Like he was, and everybody thought he was going to go down like the barista line, right? And then like a couple of years later, like after we hadn't seen each other for a while because we were all adults.
Yeah.
I just like saw him in the newspaper and it was like, oh, Toru Takamatsu, the youngest wine sommelier in history. And I'm just like, what the fuck? When did this happen? I thought you were a coffee guy.
Yeah. It's weird it's interesting to see. To me, it's like interesting to see what different life paths people have taken sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I kind of, but then I also sometimes get, I don't know. So sometimes I kind of, especially when I speak to some of my friends that had such lofty ambitions and then you kind of see them not doing what they said they wanted to do, kind of get sad because I'm like, man, you had such fucking cool ideas. And you really wanted to do this crazy thing and you ended up not doing that.
For sure.
Yeah.
And it's always kind of, I don't know, it's frustrating. You're like, man, you're so fucking talented.
On the flip side, it's interesting to see people who just seem like an absolute fucking mess.
And they figured it
in
out.
high school. They just fucking figure it out.
Me.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay, question. Would you go to your high school reunion if you were asked? I don't know if you would.
I missed my high school reunion.
I missed mine as
Wait,
well.
when was it?
Last year. Actually, no, year before. Mine was
what like
2020,
anniversary was
2022, 10-year anniversary.
that? Oh shit.
Yeah, I missed mine 2 years ago.
Would that be like mine next year?
When did you graduate?
I don't fucking know. How old am I? I'm 27, Joe.
You're 27, so yeah, next year would be for you.
Shit, let's find out.
2015.
Would you go to your...
If it lined up with a schedule.
I'm-
I'm not going to the UK for it.
Yeah.
I'm
the only
genuinely
reason
sad.
I wouldn't is because is because it didn't line up and I wasn't in the UK.
I'd really like to go see a bunch of my old school friends. That'd be fun.
I couldn't do it because of COVID.
Oh shit.
Yeah,
Wait, do
'cause
they
it-
still have it?
Well, no, it was the tail end of COVID, right?
right,
2022. So I couldn't. It was still like I couldn't go to Australia.
Would
and
you have
come
gone
back.
there if COVID wasn't the thing?
I would have.
Yeah, I think it'd be fun. It'd be fun.
Because like I heard about it from a couple of my mates and like the turnout, because we had such a small year, like there was only like 40, 50 people in our year. So, and most of them still lived in Sydney. So like it was surprising. Like I think it was like 80% of the year like actually showed up, which is interesting because like throughout our high school, like we all had our own cliques and we weren't necessarily like hanging out with one another all the time. Like it was always just segregated into different friend groups. But yeah, my friend was telling me about it and he was like, yeah, it was really crazy just seeing that everybody was still just interacting with one another like it was still high school. And it was kind of bizarre.
I would like to go to my high school reunion.
Yeah, I would have really liked to. If we're doing like a 20th year anniversary, I would definitely.
I would like to go to my university reunion as well. If there was like a
That'd be
class
cool.
of like that would be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Classes are so big though.
That's
the
true.
problem.
Yeah.
But
Just message all your mates independently, being like, "I've summoned you, all of us, come to Japan. Let's hang out."
Yeah. You guys come to me, not the
I
other way
don't wanna
around.
go to you guys.
Yeah.
What the fuck? I mean, I'm the only one here, but come on.
Did I tell you that I met like the guy who sold drugs in my like
Do tell.
yeah I met the guy randomly in the UK and I remember back when I was a teenager he was known as the guy who had all of the drugs.
There was always one.
Right, there was always that one guy. Not that
Yeah.
I like really. He wasn't a friend. He was just like,
Man, you got to
he
get
was-
Modern Warfare 2 somehow.
Yeah. He was just the guy that I knew. Everyone knew in the school. Yeah.
Yeah.
Randomly met him. I just like randomly met him a few years ago on a night out in Bristol, and I was like, "Oh shit, what are you up to now?" He was like, at the time, he was like selling Pokemon cards.
Oh yeah, I remember you told me about
Yeah,
that.
he was.
Yeah,
like-
yeah. It's this new
yeah,
grift, right?
Yeah. I mean, I think that's just the spirit of a hustler.
Right.
It doesn't matter what makes money.
Yeah.
He's just gonna hustle. whatever
What is
makes
just
the
very illegal.
whatever makes the most money at the time, whether it's legal or not.
See, I have a story of a friend from high school who was that, but ended up being the opposite. So he was like, he wasn't necessarily like the drug dealer guy, but he did a lot of drugs, right? And he was like overall like pretty like like badly behaved during high school, right? Like always got into trouble with all kind of stuff. Ended up being a lawyer. And I'm like,
well, he would know the law the best.
A lot of people.
How the fuck did that happen?
A lot of people, you know, I think there's an argument made where you just kind of get it out of your system. You're like, I'm going to do all the crazy shit while
Honestly,
I'm young, where I get away with it.
I mean, I'd say it's maybe
Sometimes.
a 50-50 chance.
It's such a point flip. Well, it's up to the person. But
it was destiny, dare I say.
Well, I think some people experience that kind of stuff and they're like, I'm good. Like, I don't need this. Like, I have no interest in this.
That could be that.
I had maybe like actually it was right before I moved to Japan. Had a night out and one of like I never got in a fight with him or anything, but he was a kind of a bully and I went out with him. And this was like 3 or 4 years after high school that ended at this point because it was after university basically. So I think 3 or 4 years. And I was kind of like, all right, awesome. Maybe he's like cool now. And met up with him and he was like, yeah, he was super fucking cool. But as we kept drinking, it slowly came back more like the kind of dick bully that he was.
Yeah.
Like he started doing shit that was just like a dick. Like he was just making fun of people, like pushing people around a little bit. And I was like, oh, you just got good at hiding. You just learned how to hide being a like you are deep down still a dickhead. And it was really interesting because I really genuinely I was like, oh, this guy's pretty fucking
well, it's
chill,
also
man.
probably because hanging out with you
Maybe
brought back
back
those memories, right? Yeah, because like, you know, I'd be lying if I said that, you know, if when I hung out, because, you know, when I went back to Australia last Christmas, I got to hang out with my high school mates because we're still quite close. And we hadn't gathered all together in that friend group in, like almost 10 years now. And it was surprising. Like I was a little bit nervous because I didn't know if that amount of time passing would change the dynamic of like how we interact with one another. I don't know why I worried because the moment we all got to that pub and we were just like hanging out, playing pool and doing whatever, I felt like I was back in high school. And I was like, you know, like at first there was that kind of like slight awkwardness of like, oh shit, I haven't seen you in like 5 years, 10 years, whatever. But then the moment we all kind of got comfortable with each other again, it literally like I had flashbacks of high school. And I'm like, man, that's so weird how it's like that. Because it just happens. Like that side of you haven't brought out in all that time. Just suddenly when all the pieces are fit together, they just click and it's out before you know it. Like my Australian accent tripled during that night.
Oh, bro, every time I go back to England, I think it depends on who I talk to, but sometimes my accent just like flips back to good old 2007 anime zone.
Oh yeah, totally.
Yeah.